And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics podcast.
Welcome along to the Squared Circle Relics podcast. This is Jamie Stocker, and we are here for episode 2. We survived episode 1, but people wanted more, so here we are with episode 2, and we are now going to be going every couple of weeks, bring you a new episode from across the pond here in the UK. So I'm Jamie, and I'm joined here by Lloydie and Chris. As always, good afternoon to you lads. How are you all doing, all right?
Yeah, all good here.
Amazing, mate. Thank you very much.
So how does it feel then to be on episode 2? We've done all right so far. People seem to be receiving us quite well, so we've carried on.
Honestly, mate, amazing. Thank you for all the feedback from everyone. It's been, honestly, just such an amazing last couple of weeks, really, of feedback. And, yeah, just can't thank you enough. And massive shout out to you, Jamie, as well, for everything you've been doing on the production on this as well. It is massively appreciated. You don't see what goes behind the background of what we're doing right now. And the ideas that Jamie has is just amazing, and getting us to where we are right now, I can't think of it enough, mate. So no, absolutely amazing. Thank you.
No, it's a team. Thank you for that. But it's a team effort. We've all, doing our inputs, and we've all pulled together a resource for it. And yeah, I'm hopefully, this seems to be going quite. The Facebook feed seems to be building up. We've had lots of activity over the weekend, which we'll chat about during the episode. And yeah, generally everyone seems to be receiving us quite nicely. So more than I could have expected. Actually, it's really good.
Yeah, we've had a few people reach out as well to us to say, they listened and enjoyed it. So that's always a good sign of things to come. So happy with that.
And we've not run out of content, so we've got plenty to get through on this week's show.
I think we've got more this week than we had last week.
Definitely.
And we did an hour and a half last week. So,
we'll go from there. We've got our format ready for the week. We've got lots of things to talk about this week. We're going to be doing our top 5 relics this week, so that'll be coming up later on in the show. Of course, going to go through our purchases of the week, any razzes, any misses, any hits, anything like that we'll be talking about as well. And also bringing you any more news and bits and pieces that we've got. So lots to get through on this week's show. So first of all, we'll do the general opening for the show this week and a little bit of news. What have we all been up to this week? What we've been watching? What haven't we been watching? And what's caught our eye, really? So we'll start off first of all. Lloydie, what do you want to talk about this week?
So I did watch a couple of things, which obviously Blood and Guts. It was okay. The main event went on, I'd say, probably about 20 minutes more than it should have done. It was a great show. It was fun. It was very engaging. And I did watch Money in the Bank as well for my sins. Actually, I really enjoyed it. I didn't see much of the Edge promo, actually. But I did watch the show. I do feel a bit bad for some of the newbies on the women's ladder match, i.e. Raquel Rodriguez or Gonzalez. She had a bit of a slip in the wardrobe malfunction and didn't come off as the monster that she should have come off as. I thought she was going to come off as like this big, strong monster. And Shotzi had a bit of a nightmare, obviously, and she's a bit of a meltdown afterwards as well on social media. So, I fear for them slightly within the hobby. I really like these guys, and they are part of my PC.
Do you think
I'm hoping.
Do you think that their performance affects their hobby price? You think it goes down because of the botches and?
I don't think it helps.
No.
I think people would look at it and go, "Oh, hang on a second."
Not.
Especially with WWE right now, with regarding. Are they still going to be here next week? Don't get me wrong. I do not want these guys to get fired. They're great workers. I've enjoyed them for many years and very supportive of them. But when you have a really bad match like that, I don't know. I look at it now. I think, well, WWE are cutting left, right and centre. These guys might be in the firing line soon. And why should I invest in them if they, don't get me wrong, if they leave WWE, it's not the end of their careers or anything like that. No. But if they go to a different company, they'll probably be called something different potentially, and XYZ. And definitely, I think it's a factor you got to think about. I've been thinking about getting some more Shotzi cards over the last couple of days, really. And then I watched that Money in the Bank, and I was thinking, whoa, I'm gonna put down the back burner for a couple of weeks, just see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think so, mate. I do think so. Bobby Lashley beat Theory. Bobby Lashley used his finishing move, i.e. submission, which I don't think really fits him as a babyface. But never mind. Theory's going to be an absolute star. I can jump, to the men's latch, and at the end of the day, Theory's inclusion, you knew he was going to win because he was a late inclusion from Vince, right? And as soon as he entered it, you think, oh, he's going to win, and he did. Happy days. The interesting one was the Usos and the Street Profits, and I think this is for like hobby wise. Usos, I mean, it's just weird what they've done with Jay. Try to promote them, put him back into the tag with his brother. Obviously, that was always going to happen, but I thought Jay, like in the hobby, was getting quite a good run, and then since he's been back in the tag team again, it's kind of
died off a bit.
Yeah, it's been a real shame actually. And on the other side of that, you got Montez Ford, who looks like he's going to be the next champion at some point because he's just, I mean, what he's done with his body is ridiculous. Yeah, he looks like twice the size. He's got champion written all over him, but whether or not that will force the hobby his way, I don't know. The Street Profits don't get a lot of love anyway, right? So
no, I think if you were to break them up, I think you're going to get a lot of, obviously, more room out of them. But the price of their cards are so cheap. I was looking at Montez Ford yesterday on eBay, like fully loaded stuff. Like you can pick up the fully loaded cards for like less than $10 on some of them, You think there might be ones worth a grand,
He's got a really nice auto as well. Like, I really like it.
Yeah, it's a nice full auto, yeah.
I like his auto.
Especially if you've seen he's done some of them in black ink, which normally they're always in the sort of dark blue. I've seen a few of his in black ink, which looks really nice. So had my eye on a few of those, actually.
Get on board. Why not? If you're not on board, get on board.
Yeah.
This is the best time. And this is why, there was no championship match other than the women's matches, right? For the men, there was no championship match other than the tag match. And obviously the United States match as well. But there was no... Roman wasn't there. And I think it was great to showcase some of these new guys and to really push them. And it felt like it did it. It felt like it's needed to do that for a while. So good on them for doing it.
And something I did notice, actually, there's been no Panini Instant cards for Money in the Bank. I don't know if that's going to be coming, but as of now, they're only selling the Cena base on there. So, wanted to see if actually you do get any cards and be interested to see if there's any, ladder match ones or something like that,
Yeah. No, it would be good to. I mean, Liv would be great to have. On top of that ladder, I think she did really well, and I think the prices on the hobby are already showing. They've changed. They really have changed for sure.
Especially if there's like a cash-in card as well, like a Panini Instant cashing in or something. That'd be cool. Really nice image if you can get.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. See, you need. Jamie, go and work for Panini.
That'd be the dream for everyone, I think, wouldn't it?
That'd be great. It'd be great. And before obviously Bianca Belair and Carmella. Bianca doesn't get any love, and it's such a shame. She was wearing the Zack Ryder tights. That's why I mentioned it as well. I never really thought about it before. Like the one leg tights. Yeah. And I thought of you, Chris, when I saw it, I was just like, "There you go." I forgot that she wears that. So yeah, there you go.
I'll start investing on the other side of things.
Well, so you're saying about Bianca. See, even her price is still quite good. Quite keenly.
She gets no love, literally no love, and Carmella as well. Really, I mean, she gets more love, I think, than Bianca. But they both came off as absolutely superstars in that show. They really did. I thought Carmella got really stale last time I saw her, really. And she looks like an absolute superstar. She really does. And so does Bianca. They're both very athletic, very strong women. And they need more love in the hobby. Go out there and buy them, guys, because if we don't, no one else
before we do.
yeah, exactly. Before we do. Yeah, exactly.
On the other side of things, did you see AEW? I won't talk about this week's Dynamite, but did you see the Blood and Guts show last week? And what do you think of that?
I saw the highlights of that one. Good to see like Danhausen again. I quite like all of that. I don't know what your guys' view is on Danhausen, but yeah,
it don't bother me at all. I think he's a great little addition to the show. To be fair,
I'd like to have got his kiss card. I thought it was quite a little good thing on the indies, that was. But he's all right. Him with Hook, funny.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
What about the crazy bump?
The whole match was insane. Like, I sat here Thursday morning, just had it in the background, and I was fixated for it. The going note is going to be like the full hour. There's nothing pulled from that match at all. It's insane.
Well, for me, it was just too long. It was 20 minutes too long. I said it before. Sorry, but it's just too long. Like 20 minutes for me, more than it should have. Like, was it the full hour? It felt like the full hour.
It was pretty much just over now. Yeah, we're ran through the whole second part basically.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of the War Games format anyway. It's never been my favourite. Because there's no real stakes until the end, right? Like, I know, don't get me wrong, it's all wrestling. It's like, I'm not stupid to not know that, but it's just, you know that nothing's going to really happen until like right at the very end.
Until the bell rings, yeah.
And I thought the finish was really weird on top of the cage as well. It was kind of like half of them didn't know the match was over and half of them did, and it just felt awkward. Yeah. I don't know, but don't get me wrong, great show. You know, they're doing stuff that they need to be doing right now, and it's good. It's very watchable. I do like it.
And do you want to talk spoilers for this week's Dynamite, or do you want to save it until it's actually aired in the UK? If we're going to put this out tomorrow.
Oh, we can say spoilers and then not listen for the next minute or so to people.
Well, do you guys want spoilers, or if you've not seen yet?
I know a result. I know a result. I know a result of it. Are you talking about
so spoiler alert for people? Yeah. So we had a nice opening yesterday, didn't we? With Wardlow getting the TNT Championship and starting his run with that. So this would be a good time to get hold of the Wardlow cards if you haven't got them yet.
Yeah, go out and get those yellows.
I had my good friend Travis Fowler. I'll probably mention him every week. He'll get another mention later on for my purchases. He went out and bought a yellow and showed me, and I was like, "Oh, bless you." But no, seriously, go and get those yellows, guys. That's going to be a very big card. I think this is just the start of a very big career. So big. We're very high on here for Wardlow, and great. I'm looking forward. I always watch Dynamite on Saturday morning with my son. My wife goes out and buys the weekly shop on Saturday morning, and I watch it with my son. So I'm very, very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I think
his favorite is Adam. Is Adam? He loves some cowboy shit. So it's
who also appeared yesterday as well, which is another addition to the show. So another good week at Dynamite in my opinion. I know people, sometimes say, "Well, there's a dodgy week and there's a good week." Overall, every week's pretty good to be fair. So.
Yeah, I just don't think that that they've just got a long ways to go. Like every company has, but they're going to be great. Like the thing is that they'll get to an impasse of what they're going to have to do to go to that next level. And obviously, WWE decided to take the monetary route and go, with a PG era that's lasted forever. Will AEW do that to go to the next level? I don't know.
Well, I think we've just literally gone past the 10-year anniversary of being 3-hour Raws. So there you go. We've had 10 years of 3 hours.
Man.
So, but brings us nicely on to purchases of the week, really. Talking about AEW and sort of, famous moments over the last few weeks and stuff like that. What do you really think of the dated moments? Have you bought any this time round with the the Blood and Guts dated moments and also the Forbidden Door ones as well.
I went for the match dated moments. I've got all of them except the Gold Sting. I think I bought 7 packs total. Got 2 silver Orange Cassidys and all of the base ones. So yeah, I actually traded one of the silvers for all of the previous match dated moments that I'd missed.
Oh, cool.
So
nice.
I did all right.
The Wardlow one and the Punk one.
So I've got a few of those now. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
But I didn't go.
So I didn't know. I didn't know that you did it. To be honest, I didn't know you.
I'm very green to it, so I'm very new.
Okay.
I've opened a few hobby packs of AEW, but I haven't bought a box or anything like that. So, but yeah,
that's cool, man.
What about you guys? Cool. Did you go for it?
So I was quite conservative with it this time round. I don't normally go that big anyway. I went big on the first one. I didn't on the second. The third time round now for the Forbidden Door. I think I got 3 of the base cards. I still haven't got the Minoru one, which irks me. I got about far too many FTR ones. I love FTR. I'm wearing an FTR shirt, but I got far too many FTR ones. I did get the silver, which I wanted because of Will Ospreay. And I did get one of the dated moments with is it dated moments with Claudio? Is it dated moments?
New arrivals,
dated moments, yeah.
New
arrivals they are. New arrivals. I didn't get the silver of him, so he can go back to the mid card for me. If he would have got a silver, he would have gone, to the top, but no, sadly not.
So I went in for new arrivals. So I got a Claudio new arrival. So I just bought 1 pack. If you get silver, you do. If you don't, then it's no, it's what it is, really, isn't it? You can't change that fact. Yeah. So I went in for that, and that was ultimately that. The Forbidden Door, I bought 4 packs. Ended up with 2 Cassidys or the silvers.
Nice.
And ended up with 2 of, I can't remember which one it is, either FTR or one of the other ones. So I'd done a trade on EPack for those. And I also then traded away one of the silvers for a CM Punk from the other time round.
Okay.
Cool.
So that was quite good. So actually, the only one I now need to get is the Britt Baker and Adam Cole silver.
What? So you traded the silver from this week for the CM Punk silver?
One, on EPack.
Mate, that's really well done.
Yeah. So
well done.
So yeah,
well done, guys. Trying to get those punks, so difficult to do. I had one, and then I needed to get another one for someone else, and then trying to get a secondary one. People are not budging at all. No. So well done to you guys.
Well, I would, for anyone out there who does do EPack and sort of spent quite a lot on it, and didn't get what they didn't want and things like that, do hold off, because eventually these all do go to physical. Even the base ones will go physical over to COMC, and you can also pick these singles up on COMC as well, even the silvers and golds. Now I know we said on the show last week the gold was $150 for the Sting ones, and we obviously had the William Regal, Moxley and Bryan Danielson one. That's obviously, they're all coming down in price. They're now sort of $80 cards, so if you really need them, and even the Punk silvers are now sort of $20. So don't go all in on these cards. If you can't get them, look at what.
Mind the pun.
Yeah, exactly. Spend your limit. Know what you can get these cards eventually on the secondary market, but don't be spending $100 here and there hoping to try and get a gold, because you might as well just hold out and get one down the line if you really need one in your PC. I've seen quite a few people spending a hell lot of money on these cards, getting loads of base cards and then not getting the silver or gold that they need. And it's just sort of, just be a bit patient and you'll get them eventually.
And that's the road that I'm going to go down with the Sting gold card. I'm just going to try and pick it up on the secondary market, because I'm done opening the packs. I think I opened, was it Dave, you said you did the same, where you open 3 packs and they're just the same card over and over again. So that's a little bit frustrating. Yeah. I'm not sure I could do that. I've seen people opening hundreds of packs. I'm not sure I could take 100 FTRs or whatever, but yeah.
I think it's different if one, it's a rookie card.
Yeah.
So we have had Jade and we have had Wardlow as well, and for that, you know, I've got multiple of both of those because I see them as part of a rookie year card, for example, right? Yeah. In fact, that Jade is actually really a rookie card.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you know, I think there is differences slightly with it, but like I wouldn't go unless there is a need to do it. Then I wouldn't go back into them to try and get them as quickly as I can before they run out. But they're not going to run out, really. You know, they're still going to be in COMC, as Jamie says. They will go physical, and there'll be abundance of them as well. So.
Yeah, just be patient, everyone. Just you know, you will get them if you really need them desperately.
Yeah.
And I guess, Chris, because we started with you here, do you want to start off with your other purchase of the week other than EPacks?
Yeah, sure. So, are you ready? This might take a little while, as always.
Are we going to be on because it's payday week? Because I've had an awful lot of big purchases this week as well, being payday week.
Payday week, and then
mine's quite short actually. Mine's quite short, so I'll go through mine quickly. Don't worry.
So yeah, the first thing is my COMC delivery of AEW EPack cards. That turned up. Got the Gold Regal match dated moments on that, so I'll have that physical when that comes over from America, because at the moment it's just at my American shipping address, so haven't had it in hand or anything, but yeah, first time I've done like a COMC upper deck thing, and it all went smoothly, and I kind of didn't know what I was doing, but I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later on, a bit more in depth. I also I opened a box of flagship WWE blaster box, and the main hit in that was an AJ Styles John Cena film strip relic. I think I got a John Morrison to 150 as well, but that was pretty much it.
What was the film strip at?
So it was AJ Styles, John Cena. I think it's...
is it base or...
Yeah, just base, not numbered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What else did I get? 400 top loaders.
The top loader club.
We do have top loaders over here. I picked them up from 314 Game Store.
This is another quick plug for 314. I also bought a load of top loaders from them not too long ago. You know, people are going to be, but they're the cheapest proper,
around in the UK,
really good price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you when you get a card in the post, and hopefully it is, you know, penny sleeved and top loaded. Hopefully, if you get it like that, do you still take it? Yeah. Do you put that into your PC, or do you put a new?
No, I put it in a new top loader and put it in my PC.
Me too.
You bloody nerds.
Some eBay jabroni will get that old top loader, don't you worry about
Yeah. It's so funny, isn't it? It's just like, every time I just think to myself, I got to do it.
Yeah, this is obviously audio only. I had a top loader come to, and the top loader was broken with the card in it, and I was not actually having that. Not impressed.
Is that soft? Is that a soft one, or is that
just a normal
top
one?
Loader? Wow.
No way.
No, I don't think it's official. It's very, very thin. But it snapped on the edge.
That sucks, man.
I was like, oh, I'm not happy with that.
Sucks.
Anyway, sorry, Chris.
Where did I get up to? Yeah, so top loaders also got a hobby box of Revolution, even though I said I wasn't going to do it. I've done it. But you think...
What did you get? I didn't know you had this.
No.
Did you not? Oh, right. Yeah, so I paid...
No.
So I haven't had it through yet. It's due
okay.
tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough.
I will open it tomorrow, though.
Okay.
And you think, I can't remember how much the pre-order was for Revolution when it first went up, but I know it went down to about 165. I feel like it was about 300 quid when a certain website had it up at first.
A certain UK one.
UK one, yeah.
That was sports cards.
Yes.
Yeah, about...
But
it was in its 200s. I think it was 220.
Yeah, something like that.
I think
it was way too much.
Yeah.
Even when it went down on there to like 160, 150 or whatever. So I've paid
125 now, I think.
That's a bit better. I paid 72 shipped, which I thought was really good.
It's really good.
And that's the only reason I went for it, was because of the price point. I thought, doing that.
They are sub. Sorry, I keep interrupting. I do apologize, but they are sub 100 on ATB eBay, on the UK eBay right now.
That's good.
And you could probably get one. I think they're just under 100, but like they're all best offers. So if you went in for 90, 85, you probably get.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says getting his phone out.
There you go.
I also picked up another box of wrestling cards, but slightly older. So it was a box of the Rock Solid trading cards. Do you know the ones? I think they're from 2001. Yeah. Lots of random pictures of the Rock. 36 packs, 7 cards per pack. Probably all going to be stuck together, but that's that. But it is sealed, so again, I don't know. I might keep it sealed. Who knows? Didn't pay too much for that. I was quite pleased with the price, sort of £20-25 mark. So yeah,
there was actually supposed to be. I don't know if you guys know this story, but when that set first come out, they were supposed to put Rock Autos in those boxes because they thought it was going to sell so well. They thought they'll put Rock Autos in to try and encourage it to sell. And they pulled that out of it, and they said, "You know what? It will sell itself. We don't need to put Rock Autos in it." And it ended up flopping, and it ended up now not worth nothing at all. Now people are now on the Rock, but they actually pulled the autos out of it because they thought it'd sell so well.
Mad, isn't it?
And
mad what they do.
Staying on with the Rock, I picked up a Rocky Maivia Topps Chrome Slam Attack Speckle Refractor. Got that really cheap as well, sort of under a tenner. Mm-hmm. And then that's it for sort of single card purchases and boxes. But moving on to breaks and razzes. So
good job.
Yep. I've not stopped. So on the Card Foundation podcast, they put up a raz the other day, 10 a spot. I think there was 12 spots, so $120. I took the last 2 spots and it managed to win the box. So yeah, $20 for a Revolution box. And
nice.
P-Bear pulled a Rey Mysterio auto. I can't remember if it was to 49 or 99, but it was one of the two.
I think it is to 4. I want to say 49.
I feel like 49,
but
yeah.
I think it's 49. And what I would say is, if you want to sell that bad boy, I do collect.
Oh wow, really? Because I do not. So
I do.
There you go.
I do, and yeah, even though he does look like he's a little depot on that photo, depending on the price, my friend,
we'll talk.
Purchase that from you. Yeah.
What else did I get? So breaks, and then there was the 4 that me and Dave did this one. So 4-letter box break. I believe you got the A spot and I got the R spot. Is that correct?
Yeah. I was A. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Everyone on that A generally is in my PC. Like AJ, Asuka is a bit in my PC. And I got 2 cards, but go on, you first. Go on.
So I had the R spot, got the Rock to 149. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. There's one on eBay at the moment in America. Buy it now. I think it's for like $150.
Yeah,
but
it's not bad. There's
also an auction that finishes, I believe, tonight. That is on like $5. So I'm watching that one just to see what happens with that one.
That's how I always compare. I always I don't look at past prices. No. I think that's a good indicator. I look at COMC, and we'll talk about that later on. We keep on saying that. We'll talk about that later on. But we will, guys. We will talk about that later on. I look at COMC, and I look at auction prices. Because if something goes for $30, generally that's how much it's actually cost to someone. So
so we'll see where that ends up, and then I'll get more of a sort of, I'll be able to tell, okay, so I think it's worth sort of, $50 or $40 or whatever. I think I got a few more cards in that, but I'm not sure what. Maybe some Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. That is it for breaks and razzes. There is one trade, which was with Dave. So we traded. It turned up.
Hello.
He traded me a Zack Ryder 2017 Road to WrestleMania Bronze Parallel PSA 9 slab, signed with purple paint pen on the slab, and it looks really, really nice. That is, as well, I don't think I've ever said this to you guys, that's my first wrestling graded card. I've got other graded cards like NBA and stuff, but yeah, there you go. My first wrestling grading card.
Welcome to the PSA grading club.
Thank you.
I am an awesome friend. There you go.
But yeah, that's it from me for this week. How about you, Dave?
I can go to the reverse of that. I traded that for lots of different stuff from you. So I won't go through all of it, but there's lots of different bits for my PC. So thank you for that.
Worries.
I did do that, Raz. That's English. I did do that, Raz. I was with that in that Raz with you. There you go. I did pull the A spot. Sadly, I almost pulled the S spot, which Shawn Michaels auto did come out. So I missed that by a couple of inches on the wheel.
I think I did as well, because the R and the S were obviously next to each other.
You did, yeah, you did,
Shit.
yeah. And I was just after you, like the couple down basically, and then I got the A spot.
How did that Shawn Michaels auto look?
Girthy,
like a big willy.
A few inches.
Yeah, a few inches. Like a big willy. Yes. But it was good, Raz. I mean, I pulled a couple of fractals, Austin Theory.
You got an Andre the Giant,
and Andre the Giant, which is actually worth some money. Nice. You know, it's not a throwaway card, so I'm happy with that. Better than nothing. And there is 4 boxes left, so and the case hit. It should be in those 4 boxes. So I'm waiting and anticipating for him to put that up. And I think that will be my last. I keep saying it. That's me done with Revolution. No, it's not. I think I'm out and they pull me right back in. So I'll be doing that one. But I just have to. I presume it will either be tonight or tomorrow, because he doesn't normally do much, or potentially Sunday. Are you going to join us, Jamie, on that one?
What for Raz? Oh yeah. No,
Razky.
So I'm not on Revolution yet. I am like holding off, but I do want to get on a Revolution break, because the one I did before, I got hardly anything off those like last 4 letters of the alphabet. So I kind of do want to have a bit more selection from that, really, just to have a look at all the different cards in hand, really.
Yeah, cool. So the other bits and pieces, really, there's not much. I had quite a conservative week. So I got the Rock Heritage 2012 Silver Parallel, which big get for me. I was at Mania 28, and it's a Mania 28 card with him hugging quite vigorously John Cena in it. So I'm very happy that I got that, and I got it.
Tony Khan hug? Was it a proper? Hug?
Not a wet mark hug. It was. No, it was around his head. It's a lovely card. I got it for just under a quarter of what it was originally listed for on ATB Bay. So I got that card, and I got a few extras as well. I got an Andre patch as well out of 99, WWE patch out of 99. So that was lovely. I didn't expect to get that. And 2 of the Alan and Ginter minis as well. I've got it down in my notes as Ginger. Alan and Ginger. Alan and Ginger minis. Alan and Ginter minis. So it was Booker and Yoko. These are my first of the minis from 2012. They're fantastic. I love them. They're honestly. I was so made up when I got them out of its packaging. I just couldn't believe it. I was made up. Do you guys like them?
Yeah. I think they're so much better than the later ones have done the full size card. I think having them that old cigarette sort of size Alan and Ginter card, it makes them really cool. And they also look like they're old. Does that make sense? Like the finish on them looks really vintage.
So good. I mean, I've seen them graded before, and I've always thought, should I get one? I didn't pull the trigger, but I'm so glad I've got these in my PC now. So and free as well. Great little freebie. JBL out of 25, fully loaded from 2021. Ding dong, Avon calling. It was very cheap. So very happy with that. And the rest was deliveries of Panini Prism that I'd bought and had accumulated. So the big one was from COMC. We'll talk about them later, Lauren. COMC Dolph Blue Shimmer, first off the line out of 10.
Nice.
So that's it is such a nice card. It is beautiful. I always think, like, out of my collection, what would I actually get graded at some point? And that is definitely one of them. It's just it's a very slick card. I'm not a big fan of I'm a big fan of Dolph, but I'm not a fan of his image on that card, because it's a bit blurry. Really, it's not his best. But I do have quite a few of them now. I did also pick up from Travis as well, sending it across to me. Thank you very much, mate. I got a Dolph, Bobby Boo, and Elias premium box out of 199. I think they call them Scope. When I've bought them, they come up as Scope. I don't know why, but they're definitely the premium box out of 199. I think maybe that's the Panini version of that card. I don't know. The Elias one was bought in error because it was supposed to be the Bobby Boo one, but so that was bought in error. Batista out of 299, the red one, just because it's this color match, and I do like Batista. Warrior Hyper because it matches his persona. Edge base green because for some reason I collect Edge green cards, and a Gable Stevenson, not Stevenson base. And that's it from me.
You said quite a good week, though. You said it's a slim week. There's still quite a few cards there, mate.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, all the Panini stuff has been purchased a long time ago. It's weird, like, even though I'd only recently purchased a couple of cards and got a few freebies from them, and, you know, did a few bits and pieces, but these Panini Prism ones have been in the log for quite a while now, so I knew that they were coming to me. It was just when, and to get them all in a week is fantastic. Hopefully, the next one will be the COMC delivery for my AEW stuff, and we'll be talking 1 of 1 and out of 5 cards in the next chat we have. So I'm looking forward to that one. Fingers crossed.
And we'll chat about COMC later on in the show.
And we'll talk about COMC later on in the show.
So, okay, so I'll go through my purchases. Being payday week, we'll normally have a bit of a splurge payday, then don't do much else at all for the rest of the month, really. So we were talking last week about me getting the AW Gold base, completing those on COMC. I was going to go down the rabbit hole and try and get my Pyro base, and then realised I could actually see if you can do the rainbow foils, and they're on COMC as well. So anyone who don't know what the rainbow foils are for AEWs, basically you have to trade in 5 normal base cards, which you can't transfer into physical on EPack, and then they basically redeem that for a rainbow foil. So you've got to go through quite a lot. And COMC, they're like 30 cents each, or even like the big guns are like still like 50 or 60 cents. So I got the entire rainbow foil base set for like $42. And even
that's so cool.
And even MJF is only like $5 even for his rainbow foil. And I just thought, you know, it's a no-brainer actually to get all of these, knowing how hard they are to get on EPack. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I thought that was a hell of a bargain. So,
well, it was the if you got them all on EPack, the reward was the Sheeda.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and again, though, I picked up on COMC for $8. So
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just, you know, same thing again about these Dave moments. Like, just bide your time. Like, you will get these cards, whatever you want in any parallel. I got on the Wardlow train as well and actually bought a couple of extra Wardlow rainbows just because, again, it's a bit of a scarce card.
Honestly, mate, you have to get them. Get those Wardlows. But honestly, that Wardlow card on a rainbow is sweet as well. I've got it. It's a really good card.
Well, I didn't realise the rainbows have sort of like chrome sort of finish. Like the image is like popping out and then the background is like completely foil, isn't it? So you don't really get any background. So which is quite a cool thing. It's like a chrome card, isn't it, ultimately? So
I think like obviously there's a lot out of there because a lot of people. So basically, you can't get the base off your EPack. You have to get them 5 of them to make them a rainbow card in order to get it physically. So there's a lot out there of them, but they just look amazing. I think it was a big miss not having them in the actual pack itself.
Agreed.
Yeah, in the range. Yeah.
So that was my big sort of money purchase, and I've just picked up a few things as I've gone through eBay. Really, there's a Kofi 2011 relic on eBay, Yankee Bay, early in the week. Looked quite nice, quite an early Kofi card, 3-color relic for $5. So I grabbed that. There was a couple of Jeff Hardy, Undertaker, this moment in history. So it's the 20th anniversary of that big ladder match on Raw last week. So I just had a look to see if there's any cards for it, and this was actually a Tops Now card from 2020, I think, or 2021. And the guy was selling on there for $20 each, and I put an offer in just $9.50 each, and I got 2 for 18. So happy with those. I'm not sure what the print run was. A lot of them around that time were like 100, but for some reason they stopped doing the print run printing by June, July time, so they just stopped. So again, it's going to be quite a low print, I assume.
Yeah.
And then I went on a BCW card storage, so I bought 2 3,200 storage boxes just because I had all these AEW ones, and I'm now thinking actually I want to keep them all in one box instead of loads of shoebox type things. So,
whereabouts did you get those from?
So that was on ATP Bay.
Okay, cool.
So I got 2 for £20 basically.
That's good,
like, if you bought a multi-buy, they worked out to be like less than a tenner each basically.
Yeah.
The only downside is, so I top load everything, and the cards don't fit 4 ways across top loaded. So I've basically got the ends upright, and then the middle ones are all that way, which is a bit of a bit rubbish. But you know what? It's still a better way of storage, and at least I can have them not just loose and stuff. Yeah. And then just a thanks to you guys really for a couple of little care packages from you guys this week, really. So obviously we'll go through some bits and pieces, but a nice green edge came through the door, which I wasn't expecting, and I wondered.
I got two of those as well. You can thank Travis for that.
So that was quite a nice surprise, not knowing where that came from. And of course we'll talk about the next bit, but Father Christmas came to our house last week. And sent us a little thing in the post as well, didn't you, Chris?
I did indeed. Picked up 3 packs of WWF Pogs. So we're back on the Pog hype.
We're on the Pog train again.
We are well into the Pog train. Look at that.
And honestly, we've been salivating over these for last week. We got to keep these just to do on the pod, right? And so I'm looking forward to doing it now. Who wants to go first? Go on, Jamie. Go on, Jamie.
What I was going to quickly ask was, do we know how many are in a full set, even with the cards? Like, are the matching numbers of cards to the number of Pogs, or is it?
God, no. I don't know is the answer, but I do know that I think there's 3 cards. So I'm pretty sure you can only get Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and Razor Ramon.
Right, okay.
There's 60 Pogs and 9 Slammers, judging by what it says on the back. But
yeah.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah, that would help if I read the pack, yeah. Right, okay. Right, I'll go first, then we'll see what we've got. Okay, so card, we have Big Daddy Cool, Diesel.
Ooh.
What's the condition like? Is the condition any good?
Yeah. It's a bit bubbled on the front, actually, which is a bit strange. Edges are right, though, but yeah, it's not too bad for a...
Nice.
Yeah. For all those people listening at home, there's the screenshot.
Yeah. For all those, there's the dead air right there.
This is for your mind's eye. Just concentrate on the card, you'll see it in your head. The Mind Palace. Right, let's go through the Pogs then.
Funny.
Right.
While you're doing that, I'll open my package up.
Okay. Right, so I have... Now, you'll probably know about the rarity of these ones, Chris, more than I do, but we have... I can't tell who that one actually is. You'll know that one. Is that Sunny or is that Alundra Blaze?
I think it's Alundra Blaze, yeah.
Alundra Blaze, so got Alundra... So number 1 as well, so I guess that might be Alundra Blaze being a 1. We have HBK and Razor Ramon from Raw.
Nice.
There you go.
I have that as well.
Oh, there you go.
We don't need to cover that twice. There you go.
We've got a duplicate here from last week. We've got a Henry Godwin green cap, which
like
is
that one.
not the most exciting image in the world, I must say. And then we've got a number 60 WWF logo gold collectors club.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Me too.
Nice.
I got that one as well. Yeah,
I've been watching that one on eBay.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. You never know, I might get it in a sec.
I would send it to you. I don't know how precious you are about your pog. There's a nick in that one, but if you want that one, I'm happy to do a swapsy.
Oh yeah, we might do.
And then we have Big Daddy Cool Diesel doing the 2 sweet.
So I have 2 diesels, 46 and 12. They love a diesel in this, don't they? I have a WWF New Generation number 32.
Oh, that's a nice logo.
It's really cool. It's really cool. 3 duplicates. I have the Slammer. What was your Slammer?
My Slammer was British Bulldog.
Nice.
Oh man, I have got. I have got Razor Ramon.
Ooh.
The bad guy. And my card is also Razor Ramon.
Ah, nice.
Lovely.
So
I'm very happy with that. Not too bad. There's a bit of a bend here and there. Like with Jamie, actually, there's a bit of bubbling. But it's not too bad. I do like Razor. I have a lot of his rookie cards. I'll go through that one day.
We need to start a campaign. Obviously, Panini. Can we have Panini Pogs for 2022?
Oh yeah, I'd be all over.
Can you imagine? But thank you very much, Christopher.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is appreciated, Chris. Thank you.
So I did get a pack myself as well.
Oh yeah, there you go.
A very bent diesel card.
That's a PSA 3.
If that. Similar to your Henry Godwin one, I've got a logo of Spark Plug Bob Holly.
That's cool.
The one and only.
I like that.
Got Yoko giving the leg drop there.
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
A Royal Rumble logo.
Love it.
And Bret Hart, which I do already have from when I initially opened them. And then my Slammer was, it's really hard to see, but it's The Undertaker.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
We all got good ones this week. Yeah. I like that. Quite impressed.
I think we should share these on the Facebook feed. I think people need to see our Pog collection. Definitely. There's no point just...
Yeah, I'll take a photo.
We'll definitely share our Pogs. And share our Pogs. I think this is probably a good time to drop this into the conversation, but in my purchase, I've kept this to the end, but I actually went and bought a Pog maker. So a bit of nostalgia. There was actually a Pog maker in the mid-90s called the Milk Cap Maker. And I got one on eBay, the maker, and a sheet of sticker blanks as well to do it yourself. 20 quid, which I thought weren't too bad. There were entire kits available for like 45 quid, and I thought, you know what, if I get it and the stickers don't work very well, or the blade don't work very well, then it's going to be... So no, I've took a punt on that. That should be delivered tomorrow. So watch this space. I'm going to be chopping up some of my old base cards and making some Pogs. So keep an eye in your mailboxes next week. You may end up having some Pogs come through the door with special cards from your PC. You never know.
I'm much looking forward to this. This is good news.
See how it goes with the base cards. But I had an idea because I think I said to you off air, I used to have this as a kid, and I used to find that it really struggled with most things to properly put the image on there. And I always found that using photographs was the best way to do it. And I was trying to think, how could you do that wrestling wise? But there's those WrestleMania photo cards.
The Mania cards,
yeah. So maybe if pick up a pack of those if you can find any, and try and make a Pog out of them. But
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
I was going to maybe try and do a couple. So I've got a few old magazines lying around as well, which are no good for anyone. Yeah. So watch this space on the Pog Watch. We might have more Pog action.
Pog Watch.
Love it.
So Yeah, well, thank you very much.
I'm excited.
I know Johnny from the Card Foundation podcast loves this segment, by the way. So shout out to Johnny. he's going into a pog hole, I think, right now. So good on him.
Grade your pogs.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for sending those.
No worries,
cool.
guys.
So we'll move on to our next segment for the week then, which is going to be our massive talking point for the week. So we've decided to do this week our top 5 relics, and initially we thought, oh yeah, this will be all right. We're about to narrow down what our favourite relics are of all time, or what the big 5 are going to be. So we've started working through the list. We obviously open it up to the listeners to put in what they think are their top 5. So we'll run through now, really, our go through what we put on our own top 5s first of all. Then we'll have a bit of discussion maybe about the actual top 5 in comparison to all of ours, and we'll just get a bit of debate going, really. So, Dave, do you want to open up first of all, really, your top 5 holy grails that you want or that you actually know about, really?
I will. So I'll go 5 to 1 again. So countdown. Number 5, 2013 tops best of WWE AJ Lee teddy bear. Now, I think this is a good card. I honestly, I do like it a lot. I think more than anything, I love the placement of the actual teddy bear relic at the bottom right of it. I think it's really good. Obviously, AJ's got a massive following. She always did. I think it's a really good card. I think it's very unique within the hobby. I did have a chance to purchase it, and I passed.
No.
Yeah, it was on the major pod Facebook. They do the cards every week on there.
Yeah.
And that did come up. I think it was about $150 or something like that. But I passed, and I should have got it, to be honest. Mm-hmm. So that's number 5. Number 4, I've gone a bit unique here. Maybe not for everyone. So 2021 Top Slam Digital SummerSlam Championship Title Series Relics. Now, I do own 2 of them, which were the tag team champions at the time. So Omos and AJ is one of them, and the Usos is the other. They're obviously there's much more as well. They did do a John Cena and Roman Reigns. They did a Goldberg and Bobby Lashley, and a few others that I can't remember, to be honest. But the women's one was a bit unique, actually, because it was Charlotte, Rhea, and Nikki ASH, and it looked very different. But these cards are beautiful. It's a lot of neon. It's Vegas. It's a lot of neon, and having the championship title inside the relic just looked amazing. Now, you could ask some questions here, which I'm not going to answer. Is Topps Slam Digital actually a trading card? Question 1. I don't want to answer this because it could be yes, it could be no. Now that Topps Slam Digital has moved to the archive and you can't actually trade them, are they still trading cards? Yet another question I don't think any of us can answer right now.
Yeah.
So when we get to the Mega 5 between the 3 of us, I do not expect this to be anywhere near. However, for me, I think it's a very big relic that has been created. I think if it was still able to trade, I mean, people were selling these on eBay as well.
Well, yeah.
And they always got good money. For me, it deserves to be on my list, but I can't imagine it being on our consolidated list. So I'll leave it there on number 4.
It's interesting to say about like the Slam relics. So obviously, now it isn't an app anymore at all, really. But there were some really nice multicolour relics, obviously for the digital cards. But even like the the shirt relics and stuff, they were always like multicolour, or the autos were really quite nice, and they've done quite a lot of things. So it would be amazing. Imagine if they had physical cards like you do EPAC. Like, it would be an amazing thing to have like a Rock and Brock Lesnar dual auto card and stuff, you know?
I went down a big Slam digital hole. I do not regret a minute of it. I loved it. I have all of Dolph Ziggler's legendary cards, which I think one other person has that on their game. Maybe game, whatever it was, whatever we want to call it now, it's gone. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought some of the cards I don't think we'll ever see again in our lifetime of that kind of uniqueness to them. No. I think they were beautiful. I can't say enough good things about them. It's just a shame that they're not there anymore. I'm hoping when what happens in the future, when it does come back, back from Panini to where it's going to go, potentially, you never know, it might come back. And that's, to be honest, up to it going to the archive, I did invest quite a lot of time trying to get some of the 2016 cards of the first year that Slam Digital was created, just so if it does open up again, I've got a lot of bait there for 2016. Like their first booklets and stuff like that, I was very big into try and get. So fingers crossed for the future with that one. Number 3, it's not specific. I think listeners are wanting us to be specific right now. I have put pretty much all KISS cards ever.
It's a general overview.
They are Marmite. I get it. Like, a lot of people think they're gross and stuff like that. I'm on the fence with that argument, to be honest. I do find them a bit weird.
I find it really naff. To apologise if either you really collect them. But...
Well, I get it. The thing is, they hold every single one of them, apart from a few, i.e. Nia Jax and a few other people. There's no real money in those cards, but the others, the price of the cards are astronomical. Yeah. They always have been. They always will be. They are a massive investment point, I think, for a lot of big names. And I think yet again, I don't think this is going to be on our Mega 5 at all. But they do, I think they really do need some recognition just because of the impact they have on the hobby.
Yeah.
I've pulled 3 in a year, which I think is quite amazing, to be honest.
I was just about to say, has anyone got any? Because I don't have any.
Yeah.
Jamie, do you?
I used to have some old Flair ones. So I had, when she was Linda Mills from Tough Enough, and she went to Shaniqua, I had a couple of KISS cards that I got quite cheap on a raffle years and years ago. And I sold them for the next for nothing, ultimately. I got rid of them. I thought, I don't really need these. But now, a lot of cards that I could have got, like the early KISS cards, they did like China and stuff, and Lita and Trish, like they're massive money now. And whenever they go up on eBay, they go to hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
I pulled the Lita. Well, I pulled the Lita out of 99, but it's not signed, I believe. Okay. I believe it's 99, not signed. Yeah. And that was out of a blaster from one of those Canadian blasters that we like to talk about. And I also pulled Alicia Fox, which was signed out of 10. And that was yet again out of the blaster. And I also, this was my first hit. I don't think I've shown you guys this. This is where I disappeared to before the pod started, actually. I went to get it. So I did fully loaded 2020 and I hit a Charlie Caruso out of 25.
Oh.
And that was the first big hit that I ever got card-wise, I think. So I know that she's not in WWE anymore. She went to ESPN?
I think so.
But that card alone is still worth over $200.
I do like where you've just said where they've got the KISS and then they've signed over it. That looks really nice.
Yeah, I think it looks really smart in that.
Yeah. Like that. If it's going to be done right, fully load is the best way to do it. I'm a bit shocked that they didn't do it for 2021, to be honest. But I think they are nice cards when they do it right, 100%. The Lita one I've got is quite good as well. I just think that for me they're on the list, but I couldn't pick one specifically and say that is the best one out of them all, because I'm pretty sure there would be a Bliss fan after me somewhere going, Bliss's one is the best one. So no, okay. Number two. So number two and number one, I'm going to get very serious here because I think they're biggies. Number two, 2002 Fleer WWE All Access Matchmakers Kurt Angle Milk Carton / Rock T. Friend of ours, Tony V. Jamie, you know him.
Yeah.
He had this. I've heard him on the pod before. A pod before that he had this and sold this. I think personally, it's art. I think it transcends being a card. I think if you look at it,
there are.
I've been into places like modern art places and looked at rubbish art. You look at this card, you will have glee just looking at this card.
Yeah,
it is beautiful. It is very expensive. I do think that this is an amazing card to own and for the future as well.
So I have this in my PC.
No, I didn't know. I thought I need to Via. You have this in your PC.
So I've got
wow.
Part of my Fleer completist. I have all the dual relics for that set. Cool. But my milk carton card is only a plain white and it's a plain black shirt. But there are some amazing multicolour Kurt Angle cartons with barcodes. There's some with just like the cow's udder, where it's been like cut perfectly. All sorts. There are some really nice multicolours. And again, these as more iconic.
I didn't know you had it. I didn't know you had it, mate.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's one of these things where I think initially it wasn't as expensive as it was, but as that's become more and more iconic, you know, when that came out in 2002, you know, that was just another card really. It's like a unique relic. But now it's like all people know Kurt Angle for really is that milk truck skit, isn't it? Like most people think of Kurt Angle and think of Milkomania. So yeah, definitely a grail piece if you can get it. Yeah. I just
the fact that it's got Rock shirt in it just elevates it. You know what I mean? But like it is for that milk carton. It's the uniqueness of having it.
Yeah.
When we came up with this a couple of weeks ago of what to do for this, this just popped into my head as either being one or two. So, but number one, 2021 Topps WWE Slam Attacks Boneyard Dirt Relic. There's what can you say about this card? It looks beautiful. It's unique as hell. It's Undertaker's last match, and it was made in good old UK.
Did you pull that card?
I didn't pull it. I bought it.
Okay.
From ATP Bay as well. So I do own the card. I can't remember what night it was out of 299. I was just about to say, I can't remember.
Number two? Is it 299? Okay.
Yeah, it's 299. So I think that again the problem is Slam Attacks. These cards are in kids' hands. There's probably Undertaker dirt all over the place in some of the kids' playroom. So if people don't know what this is, so this is basically from the Boneyard match. There is a little baggie of dirt inside a card, basically. And I couldn't think really out of one and two. I just had to put just for the uniqueness of it, but also it's Undertaker's last match. I mean, that's a grail piece for most people, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
I think with that as well, I went down the same rabbit hole last year for Black Friday. They had a massive clear out sale on Euroshop, and I bought loads and loads of boxes of that with the hope that maybe I might pull one. I didn't ultimately, but that is definitely a card that I'll always keep an eye on eBay. If I see one, I'll stick a bid on it because I want one of those.
Yeah, it's. I think everyone would want that in their collection. It's just so unique. It's so for our generation. It's kind of like an end of it. I know there's many different eras. You talk about wrestling and era this and era that. Undertaker's last match, even though it was like a cinematic showpiece with AJ, which I did find quite weird, to be honest, personally. Weird way to end your career, right? But I do think personally that is it's just an end of an era card that you'll never see again in your life. There'll nothing be nothing like that again, I don't think, and personally.
And for me as well, I don't know, I might be wrong here, but I think that was only available in Slam Attacks. I don't think that actually appeared in any other card sets in the US.
I haven't seen
so
it.
Like, it's really a UK exclusive. Like, so that you get hold
it's
of
actually
one of those.
It's actually a Milton Keynes exclusive.
So
if you don't know, Topps UK was based out of Milton Keynes. So, and I live in Milton Keynes. Pulled back the curtain for a second, fourth wall. So yes, so it's my hometown card.
Do you feel slightly upset actually that they started their Topps UK tour today and went straight to Oxford and didn't even bother with Milton Keynes?
It's so weird. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't care really. I mean, Topps are touring the UK, fantastic. They're giving away stuff, brilliant. They won't be probably giving away any wrestling stuff. So I think all I could hope for would be Formula One. If they're not coming to Milton Keynes first, fuck them. So,
there goes our
Chris
sponsorship.
Yeah, Topps, fuck them. Chris, go on, give us your top 5.
So, I mean, I'll full disclosure it. So just before we started, you guys said, obviously you guys haven't seen my list, but I've seen yours. But that, for me, I found it even harder because I didn't want to put too many of the same ones. But the stuff that you guys have got, I'm like, well, that was going to go on it. That was going to go on it. But I have done one, and it is number 5. And it is the same as Dave's number 5. It's the AJ Lee Teddy Bear Relic. It's on there for me. Dave said it as well. It's the placement of it looks really good. And it's just so random. And, you know, it was so... You never thought you'd see something like that in card form. So yeah, I just love it for the randomness. It's kind of like if you listen to the Card Foundation podcast when they said about having the Riddle flip-flop. I think Lucas Kinzer said it from Panini. It's just something so random, and yeah, just love it. So that is number 5 for me. That's the Topps best of 2013, I think, isn't it? Number 4. Yep. So I wasn't too sure with this whether it was like our favorite relics or what you would consider like the rarest or best relic. So I've kind of mixed it up a little bit. So I've done a bit of my own taste and a bit of what I think is, you know, the rarest stuff. So the next one is the Hurricane Mask, which is from WWF Fleur 2002 All Access. That one was posted. I was trying to find a picture of it with all the links you'd click on would be dead. We then obviously posted stuff in the Facebook page, and Adam from the Facebook page has it. And it's just, it's such a rare piece to be numbered to 8, or I've heard rumors of 8, I've heard rumors of 10 or 12, but that low numbered and just, again, something really random and cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
It's one of these, again, it's on my like grail list. Like, I have to get this at some point in time. But you got to think as well, I don't know how many masks Hurricane had at that point, but it would have been that mask he had before the moving over to the face paint. So you're only going to have so many relics from that, aren't you, ultimately?
Yeah. It's like
and be a Hurricane sort of mask.
Spiky looking one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he moved to paint from there, didn't he? All the way around. So, to have that is unbelievable, really. Like, if you can never see that online, go for it. Like, just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
How much does it go for?
No idea.
I've never seen it sell.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it appear. No. I've seen people post it. So obviously, people got it in collections. I think a lot of these things are, once people have got them, they never let them go.
Just don't sell.
No, it's
as I said, all the links that I was finding was from 2014, 15, and where it's so old, you'd click the eBay link and it's just gone. So so shout out to Adam on the Facebook page for sharing that. He's shared a load of really, really, really cool relics. So
really good.
Definitely worth checking out. Number 3 is one that I own, So it is the Daniel Bryan WrestleMania 30 event used matte relic. Now, the reason I put this on there, obviously it's a big moment, but there's lots of big moments. A lot of these ones, I don't know if do you guys know this one? It's quite just like a square relic, but a lot of them
have giant jumbo, aren't they?
Yeah, the giant ones. So they either have dirt or blood on them. So like my one's got a couple of speckles of blood. And again, I just think it's cool for any relic card to have just some sort of stain or, sweat or blood. It's kind of similar to what Dave was saying about the Kiss card. You're on the fence.
It's a bit grim,
think it's gross or you think it's cool. Yeah, but I think it's cool. Like that, my one's got a bit of someone's blood on it.
The thing is with canvas relics, right, or matte relics, what you want to call them, that lifting the lid up, that they have several layers, right, and you will probably get one that's like 8 layers deep. It wasn't actually ever used. They've just taken it, they've cut it, and it's on a card, but it was just a part of the show that was never actually used. If you can get one that is used, it's a lot more valuable and sought after, right? Especially on, one of the crowning moments of WrestleMania that has been.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But so that one's...
No,
sorry, go on, Ben.
No, you're spot on there. I feel like the relics. I've got some WrestleMania 19 relics, and if my memory serves me right, the only match that had blood in it was like Hogan and Vince, and I've got like a canvas relic from Mania with blood spot on it, and you think that's only from that match sort of thing, and that's quite cool to have that sort of thing. I think you're right. Like it's a bit grim, but if you can have something you can pinpoint, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
But sorry, I didn't actually say that one's from the 2014 Topps Road to WrestleMania set. But so that was number 3. Number 2 is, again, I believe Adam posted this one as well. It is, I think it was for Bret Hart Day, because it's a Bret Hart auto shirt relic from the 2017 Legend set. So it's got the little pink. It's got a little pink square with his shirt in, and then his auto. I don't know if you guys have seen these in the like 101s or the blacks or the golds to sort of 5 and 10, but they look very, very nice.
Yeah.
I'd probably guess, I suppose that one's more of like a personal thing because it's Bret Hart, and but it's it's right up there. I think I'm going to be trying to buy one of those soon. So yeah.
Do it.
I'm definitely I'm well behind on these Legends cards as well. Like the price in these boxes are going up and up and up.
Crazy,
and the relics themselves, the autos themselves, they're all on card autos. But the relics themselves, there's some nice multicolours, and like you say, the lower numbers are really nice.
Yeah, there's a few like triple autos and things in that set that are really cool. The only box I can find at the moment is about $1,600, so that's a no from me. But yeah,
so my big boy purchase from that set, I bought a Sting signed relic. Sting. So it's the auto and like the little square piece of Sting's tights.
Oh, okay,
but it's also number to 25. So the actual card is purple.
Yes.
The relic is purple, and the auto is on there, and it all matches quite nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But I spent a lot of money on that. That's my big point purchase.
And coming in at number 1, it is a 2021 Leaf Ultimate Sports. It's a multiplayer memorabilia. It's called the Memorabilia 8. So it's got 8 patches on it.
Right.
It is. I'm kind of sneaking it in. So it's got 5 boxes on it. And it's got Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Larry Holmes, and Floyd Patterson. Then it's got Bruce Lee. And I'm making it relevant, and I'm adding it because it's got Rowdy Roddy Piper and Bobby the Brain Heenan patches in there. And I just think, like, on a personal level, that for me is a crazy card. And
that's a bit of everything of anyone of note, isn't it?
Yeah.
It makes no sense, but I love it at the same time.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's crackers,
It's
really.
2 of my favourite wrestling guys in there. It's got some great boxing guys in there. So yeah. I'm watching one at the moment on Yankee Bay, and it's $500 PSA 9. I think it had best offer, so I've seen them go for a little bit less than that, but not a lot less than that. So maybe that'll be on the list as well.
I think Leaf is really underrated, actually. Sorry, Dave.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%. Yeah. I think the Leaf is completely underrated.
Yeah. And it was a bit of a rabbit hole. This whole, like, trying to get my top 5. I've then looked at a lot of Leaf stuff, and wow, there's a lot of stuff, especially with some guys who have like passed away. Bobby the Brain Heenan, for instance. I think I'm definitely going to look into these. He's got like a suit relic auto as well. So there's a few nice bits there.
There's a Leaf triple relic, which is Vince, Heenan, and Piper.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
3. And again, they're coming loads of different parallels. So depending on your budget, you can get quite a nice. Leaf 100%. Like, if you're not on Leaf, have a look at some of these sort of obscure ones, because the prices are pretty good and you can get some really unique relics that you won't find from anyone else, really.
Yeah,
especially on ATP Bay, there's some of them are so cheap. It's unreal, like scary, really.
I don't know, did you guys see a little bit of news? Leaf announced for their new line of stuff coming out, they've actually now signed John Cena to Leaf. So wait and see if it's going to be autos or relics or whatever, but Cena's going to be included in their next line of stuff, so wait and see.
I think that's insane, but I love it. I think it's great. I won't personally be putting the money down to get it on the secondary market personally, but it's great. All depends on his signature. If he's doing signatures, right? Is he doing autos on it?
I don't know. I know Leaf don't have a wrestling license, so they have to put them down as an entertainer. So that's how they get around it. So I guess it would depend, really. We're not.
It'd be him getting out of a car like in a 3-piece suit.
I guess it comes down to, do WWE, can they trademark that sort of star auto? Do you know what I mean? I know I've got the Edge Leaf auto, and they can't sign it as Edge. He signed it as Adam Copeland. Again, that's quite a cool thing to have an Adam Copeland auto, but. These sort of things, what can be trademarked or not. But I think that's quite a cool addition to Leaf anyway.
I just find it a bit weird that obviously John Cena has like his own Leaf card. It doesn't make much sense to me why we would want to have that. I don't know, but it's cool. Like, more the merrier. Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy times.
There's gonna be a lot of people on that roster now. Stuff, I think Flair's back on there and stuff. So Leaf's next stuff. Keep an eye out for that on the market anyway.
Okay, Jamie.
You're up.
Your time to shine.
Right, so I've got the same sort of ones as you, really. We can add these. So I also, this is in no particular order, really, but I also had the AJ Lee Teddy Bear Relic. Again, I think it's not like really limited number, but obviously it's more of a short print, and people will go for it. And that best of 2013, there's some cool cards in there anyway. So if you ever see any blasters and stuff, like, well worth picking those best of 2013. But AJ Lee Teddy Bear Relic. Definitely on the list of all-time great relics. Something I put on here, which I thought was quite a cool thing. So I'm quite a fan of things that you can actually put down to an event, not just this is a piece of canvas, this is a shirt. Like, I quite like dated things that you can actually pinpoint, oh, that's from that thing. So the King of the Ring 1993 signs, they chopped up one of those and put it within sets across 2015.
I love that.
It's really quite cool.
I love that.
You get some nice colours on there. They've got to see some legends on there who would have been at King of the Ring 93 as well, which have the images on there. Some of a bit of a mismatch. Like, I don't really want Sheamus with the King of the Ring 93 relic.
That's the one of the ones I've seen that's a 1-of-1, but the 1-of-1 looks insane.
It does.
It's so nice.
They're really cool. And I think just for the relic alone, like, it's a cool piece of history to own. So I've included those on the list as a group, as opposed to a single relic. Something I didn't even know existed until last week, and it sort of blew my mind. I saw on American OTP Bay was a autograph relic, including a piece of Sting boot which had been cut up, and this is numbered to 15. So I don't know if there's any more parallels. I'm going to do a bit more digging on this. And I was watching it, and it actually sold last night, and it went for $142 or thereabouts. So that is a real steal, in my opinion. As a result, I have gone and bought a load of Road to WrestleMania, because apparently it came out of Walmart blasters. There's a Walmart exclusive Sting relics and all that. So I've gone and bought a load of Walmart blasters. On the off chance, you never know, your luck. And they're not a bad price. So yeah, wait and see. But I thought that was a really cool relic. And actually, again, you can probably pinpoint an era where he'd be wearing bright yellow boots, you know? So yeah, so my number 2 and 1 are basically from the same kind of sets. So Championship Clash is like my all-time like grail set. Like I actually spent too much money, but I bought all the proof sheets and all the story and all the emails for Championship Clash. So I actually have like all the binders of like the whole Flair story for it. So I've now invested heavily in it, really, which is probably not a good thing, I guess. But the 2 of the relics from it are really quite low numbered relics, and they're sort of ones that haven't really been done again. So there's a steel chair relic which has Jericho, Austin, and Angle, and it says the steel chair is from King of the Ring 2001, the main event, but Angle wasn't in the main event, so obviously they must have changed plans at a later date to do something different with Angle. Obviously he was doing the street fight and was in King of the Ring as well, so maybe thought 4 matches was too much for him, I guess. So Benoit was put in the match at a later date, but there's only 17 of that relic card. So again, a real low numbered card to get, and again that doesn't crop up that often. And another one from that Championship Clash is there's a trash can relic from King of the Ring for the Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle.
I know the one, and it's very nice. Yes.
And again, there's allegedly 38 made. There's quite a few that have cropped up over the years. And I'm a bit of a hoarder with those. So every time I see one, I will buy one regardless. I apologise for anyone who's been looking for them for some time, but I have a couple of them. I've just been sort of hoarding and gathering up. And we mentioned, obviously, Adam on the Facebook group put a few cards up. Championship Clash, again, has an awful lot of low-numbered cards. So there's a Farouk knee brace card, which is very low-numbered. Another relic is a Kurt Angle medal relic, which has like the medal strap on it.
Tony V had that as well, right? I'm sure he had the medal relic as well.
There are so many low relics in that. Stephanie's rookie auto is in that set. I know it's not a relic, but again, that's in that set. Some really nice low number cards in there. So those 2 relics are definitely on my hit list.
I do find it really weird, and I will state this with I'm not being horrible when I state this. I do find it really bizarre that one of the most sought after relics is Farouk. Like it beggars belief. I know, like there's like 8 of them. Like I don't know how people have got that number. It doesn't make much sense to me that either. But like Farouk's knee brace is a really sought after relic. What world do we live in where that is? Nobody has ever pulled a Farouk card and gone, oh, you know what? Sweet. It's out of 99. Quid's in here. Mortgage is paid off. Great. Never happened, right? And for this to be a talking point on our show right now, it just blows my mind. But hey,
I think the thing with it, I think it was always intended to have more of them. But I think they realised when they're actually doing the relic, it was just such a brittle thing to try and put into a relic. Yeah, it just sort of fell apart. So you ended up basically with what they could do with it. But the one they do crop up on eBay, I don't know if it's the same 1 or 2 that keep cropping up time and time again. They're just a blue, blue patch.
Yeah. What's the price on them?
So I've seen them the last few years, sort of 400. Again, they don't crop out that often, but it's really a name your price. Like if someone wants to pay for it, I know.
Sounds like Dave.
Now I'll do anyone who. So this is the thing. Like I would pay that because it's Championship Clash, and I have to have that.
You're collecting it, exactly. It's part of your PC, right?
Yeah. So. But something that blew my mind last year. So someone on American eBay put up all of the relics for that Championship Clash, all those really rare ones, and they sold them all individual lots, and like they had like 400 or 500 each. And I'd done a bit more digging and found that actually someone bought that entire lot at a UK auction for less than 20 quid, all 12 cards, including the rare cards, and then put them on American eBay individually, listed them all. And there's even some error cards in there as well. So like the Kurt Angle medal card actually isn't even a Kurt Angle medal strap. It's actually a Jericho shirt that's been done in error. There's a Jericho card with like Angle's medal.
Okay.
and you just so whoever had that lot actually had the correct cards and error cards, and then sold them all individually on eBay. You think, my God, I was just like, lessons. Can you imagine finding something like that on just a random UK auction, like Sotheby's type thing, and someone's selling like a box of cards, like, and it was just marked up as like WWE wrestling cards, and you think, my God.
That's a find of a lifetime, right? That's just like a find of a lifetime. But the thing is, those kind of cards is like, if you think about it though, like they've bought it and they're selling it for quite high money. But if you think now, like if they would have held on to those cards for a couple of years with this 2-year boom that we've had, wait for the boom. Like, I'm not saying that guy was in the wrong, or that girl was in the wrong. Could have been a girl as well. But at the end of the day, that person, surely they've made their money. Don't get me wrong, but now, surely you'd be kicking yourself.
Kudos to them as well.
But surely you'd be kicking yourself, thinking, if I just waited another couple of years.
Sometimes if you do that, you miss your opportunity.
Yeah,
so it's one of them things, isn't it?
One shot.
I've done that with a lot of stuff where I've sat on it for too long and then it's worth nothing.
Yeah.
So But you are right. Yeah. Now that lot, I think it would go for a real decent sum.
Oh yeah.
And credit to Adam on the Facebook group. He's picked up so many rare relics that we've discussed here, and he's got a hell of a collection. So if you're picking high end cards, if you go to our Facebook page and have a look, those in the comments, like the high end relics, are going to be on most people's grail list. And big clap to him for accumulating those over the years. So
and we have to talk about Tommy's suggestion. Tommy from the ATP has given us a suggestion of what should go in the Mega 5. And it is Kojima's nose tape from BBM 2003.
You know what? I never even heard of this relic, but that is quite a unique relic as well, isn't it?
I mean, I've obviously I didn't know it existed until he showed us it, and it looks more like a pamphlet than a card. It's really weird, typical BBM style. But it's I think it's great. I think it's I like the Bread Club. I think it's very unique. Just weird. There's not much more to say about it other than weird. Cool, but weird.
I think if you're a fan of him, it's definitely something you want to get. And I think there's other different colours and stuff, aren't there? So there's quite sort of a variety of them.
Unique thing to have if you're, part of your collection. Why not? Yeah.
So, right, this is a tough bit then. I'm going to add a little something to this. You've got to imagine it for the moment, but it'll be in the final production, I swear. So we're going to do a timer now with the classic countdown clock. So only fans of Channel 4's game show Countdown. We have a nice 30-second timer here. We're going to have 30 seconds to have a quick think. And then when we come back, we're going to whittle down what we think is the top 5 relics at the moment that we think exist. And then we'll see what we think of this later on in the year when we come look at it in the best of. So get your pen and pencil ready, and we'll see you in 30 seconds. Right, that's it. That's your time up. So there's your 30 seconds been and gone. Where are you going to be putting things? What makes our top 5? If we start from 5 and work our way up, what do we think should be on that final list, the Mega 5?
I think 5 and 4, personally, I think 5 and 4 should be the Hurricane Mask at 5. And I think the teddy bear should be at number 4.
Okay.
Personally.
Chris?
I'm going to go AJ Lee at 5 because Dave, you had her at 5 and I had her at 5.
Yeah.
And I just think the Hurricane Mask is because of the rarity of it, I think that should go a little bit higher up.
Okay.
So, 5 and 4.
Jamie.
So I'm going to put the Teddy at 5.
Okay, cool.
I think we're all in agreement. Teddy in 5.
Cool.
I think there's more of them. It is cool looking. I think 5 is a good place for that. So Teddy Bear Relic number 5. Number 4. We've obviously mentioned it a little bit. I think the Boneyard Dirt Relic will be 4.
No way.
Because not for the prestige of it, the fact that there are so many of them, like it's out of 299. Although it's a grail thing, I don't think because there's less of them. But again, I'm open to be moving that up if you want to.
I'd like that higher up the list, and I think a consensus between the three of us. 2 of us have said the Hurricane Mask.
Yeah,
Hurricane Mask at 4.
Yeah.
Hurricane at 4.
Hurricane Mask 4.
Hurricane 4.
3. I'm happy with the Boneyard Relic at 3, just because of the numbering. But I still think out of everything that we've said, it is the one to have.
Okay, so it's an ATP exclusive. Boneyard at number 3.
Milton Keynes, massive, super MK. Yeah.
Okay, so our top 2, the Shane trash can. I think for the number available there, the price and the iconicness of that match, I think that needs to be 1 or 2, definitely.
I think. What were you thinking for 1?
Milk carton.
Well, this is a big talking point.
Because I don't know. 1 for me would be, I would say the Kurt Angle milk carton.
Okay.
And then I would be perfectly happy to have Shane and Kurt Trascan at 2.
That would be my...
I don't know, Chris.
Yeah, I agree. I think the milk carton, especially if you could, because of the, you can get barcodes and udders and random stuff on there. That for me is...
Udders. I came for the udders.
Udder relic.
I'll see if I can find a picture of the udder card. It was only on Twitter a few weeks ago. If I can find it, it's just like a blue udder.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I
there you go.
That those 2 should be 1 and 2. I'm not 100% sure on which way around, but either way is fine with me. I'll go with Rock and Angle number 1 and Shane and Angle number 2.
Okay, so a final 5 then. We're going to have Teddy Bear Relic at number 5. Hurricane Mask number 4, Boneyard Across the Pond Relic number 3, Shane and Kurt Angle Trash Can number 2, and Milk Carton as number 1. And shall we put it on our page and open it up and see if people agree or what we have missed, what we think?
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then we'll reassess this at Christmas and see how far wrong we were.
Yeah. And I apologise for nothing. This is just what we've come up with. If you think we're wrong, don't get...
And it's 30 time.
And it's, you know what I mean? It's I can't. I think that's a solid top 5, really.
I think what it really does open your eyes to that over the years, regardless of the Topps era and the amount of ring canvases and manufactured relics and shirt relics that have nothing on them, if you want something interesting, there are an awful lot of cool relics out there.
100%.
Leaf, Flair. There's been comic images stuff. And stuff we haven't even touched on. Like, there's been so many cool relics over the years. So, if there's someone you like, reach out to us or reach out to anyone really on Twitter or about anything quite cool, and people will sort of point you in the direction of what to look out for.
Yeah,
but, I think that's a solid top 5. I think we're covered all bases there. So, well done for our first official Mega 5.
Mega 5 in stone, until the end of the year when we get drunk and think, what the hell were we thinking? There might be new ones to add. Upper Deck. Upper Deck might give us something.
Spectrum. Yeah.
You never know.
Higher end Panini releases quite
often.
End of the year. Really nice patches in there. So who knows?
You never know. His fingers crossed.
So yeah, we've been bigging this up quite a lot. Then on to our next topic. Then we're going to be talking about COMC. Give people a brief idea into COMC. Really, I think we all use a bit of COMC. I think a lot of people discount it. I think a lot of people go straight to eBay for cards and don't maybe look at it. So I guess really this part will do an introduction to COMC for people. So it's really a marketplace, isn't it? It's more people's inventories. You can send basically mass cards to them if you're going to sell for a fee. They'll then sort through all those cards and list them up there like an eBay. But for people who've got loads and loads, thousands of cards, you can pay them and they'll do all the hard work for you, and you can just pick up what you want in singles and stuff like that. Also, it's based in America, so a lot of the stuff over there that you can pick up, there is a shipping aspect of it there, and we can talk about that in a bit more detail. But before we get into that, really, what's your guys' experiences with COMC? Do you like it? Do you like it as a platform? Have you used it much?
Well, as I said earlier, I've only used it recently for the EPack, the AEW EPack thing. So I'm still kind of learning my way around it, and it looks cool. But as you just said, Jamie, straight away I go to eBay. I don't necessarily think about, I could check on there to see if there's anything on there. So I have started to do that now a lot more. And yeah, as I said earlier, my first experience with it, perfect. Everything's been smooth. Everything looks good. And yeah, and they let you know what's going on each step of the way, which I liked as well. So yeah, happy chat.
Yeah.
No,
What were you, Dave?
Yeah, I generally, obviously, if I'm scouting through eBay's plural, if I find something that I like, I will go to COMC instantly to see what the comps are between the two, basically, just to see if it's in the ballpark. Then I would use eBay 100%, especially if it's ATP eBay, just to get it quicker than COMC and not go through the rigmarole of doing X, Y, and Z. I think COMC is good for specific cards that you're looking for with regarding I can't find it on eBay. Oh, let me just have a quick look. Oh my God, it's there on COMC. And generally as well, I think they're very reasonably priced as well. I've not found anything on COMC that I've gone, that's a shock.
And on eBay, you have that all the fucking time. So.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So I'm a big fan of it. I would say, obviously, when we talk about the shipping side, I have had one nightmare from it. Generally, I get them. I mean, I could talk about it. So generally, I've got singles that have come, not singles, but small amount of cards that I've purchased from COMC, 1, 2, 3 here, there, and everywhere. And I haven't mind paying the shipping on it and stuff like that. But what I have found is that when you do buy in bulk, i.e. AEW in bulk, I shipped 122 cards from the first wave of getting all the EPacks and stuff like that. So it was quite sizable. A lot of it was like inserts, rainbows, and a lot. I've got quite a few high-end cards in there as well. I did as well. So, but the problem was obviously there is a shipping cost which you need, and I still am very confused how they do their shipping. With you obviously have to pay how much you think. Well, you have to have in your account how much you think the shipping's going to be in order to purchase the shipping, right?
I will guide you through this.
Okay. Okay. Well, if I give you the idiot's guide to this, and then you give me what the exact thing is, then I'd love that, because you have to give it gives you an approximation. So you have to buy basically credits for that to happen. I don't understand the whole thing about how much you think it is to insure, because I've put in different amounts. The thing is, you can't, especially for new stuff, especially with AEW, right? I could ship 122 cards, and the actual value of those cards could be just a couple of $100. I could ship 3 cards, and those cards in total, in reality, if I was to sell them on eBay, could be worth £10,000 dollars. Yeah, but any amount that you put into that, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't impact the shipping cost at all. So that's to do with the customs value. So if I were to put 0 on that, if they were to go missing, exactly. So essentially speaking, the main problem is that the price you think of that card is potentially is not the price that it actually is, and those prices on cards do up different by the time that you get it, and it takes about a month to get to the UK, right, straight from COMC.
Yeah, so you've got different. So with it, so anything EPack goes through to your COMC. You send it to COMC. Now, because it isn't on COMC already, it's come from an external source. They can't value it, so you have to tell them the value for your shipment. Whereas anything already on there, it's already got value. So that's obviously people have already put it in up for sale. And it also comes down to as well, if you transfer it from EPack to COMC, not everybody is going to want to ship that. No. So you can put that value in and you can actually put it straight onto COMC and list it for sale. Yeah. So that's, again, that value aspect comes into it.
But it doesn't make any sense because it's like you're asking.
If you accidentally hit $1, you could actually list your card for $1 by accident if you're not careful. So there's EPack stuff is a bit bizarre. I tend to, if I'm going to transfer an EPack, then I would transfer the big cards at that value, and then maybe I'll get it shipped to my American mail.
That's what I did, yeah.
Instead of shipping it across the pond for big cards. The way it works for your store credit, so if you're new to buying on COMC, you've got various ways of buying from there. So you can either buy it outright like you would on eBay. So you can buy a load of cards in your basket, pay in your card, ship it straight away, and then they would ship it within a period. And they've got a different tier systems. So they've got Express, which is most expensive. Yep. Then they've got like a next level up, and then they've got economy. And basically that depends how quickly they go through their file of facts and sort of go through and pick out all the cards out of their inventory. And then, like Chris said earlier, like you get a stage of how many items are before your cards. You get an idea of roughly when that's going to ship. But you can also do a bit like most people tend to. You can put X amount of store credit in your COMC. You can use that to buy stuff, and you can hold it for as long as you possibly want. So if you want to bulk send stuff, you can then put all those cards in a basket, work out roughly, you can keep looking at how much it's going to cost to ship. Think, okay, that's about the limit I want to spend on shipping. And then you can then decide when to ship it all out. So like you said, Dave, like you can have like about a month, or you can have it 2 months, and obviously it only costs like $10. So depending how desperate you are for it, but if you want to pay $60, you can then get it in 2 or 3 weeks. You'll pay more postage, but you'll actually get all your stuff a lot quicker. So
a slight correction of that. That is time from shipping to me getting it. So that's a month in itself without their delay of picking and packing and shipping, which is, depending on how much you pay, is how quickly that goes, right? So, but it's still on top of that. It is a month generally. Every time I've bought from them, the shipping time has always been from US to UK. It's always been a month. Okay. Weirdly,
yeah. So I would say for anyone wanting to buy from COMC, if you're after singles and bulk base cards, or you're like a base set collector, COMC is perfect because you're not paying eBay prices for your base cards. You can get your whole things quite cheaply. If you want to get higher end cards, it's not really maybe the best thing unless you're able to be patient, and obviously the risk of duty is there as well. But COMC has started, don't know if you guys know, I started selling on eBay now as well. So you can actually buy through eBay via COMC.
I have seen on Yankee Bay. Yeah. I haven't seen on ATP Bay though.
Bay, no, just Yankee Bay. Yeah. So I think really it's not a bad, not a bad way of doing it. Like you guys said, like the benefits are you do have to, it's another place to look for, but the benefits are you do have to wait a long time if you are doing bulk stuff. But it's another good resource. I think it's one that's often overlooked by people anyway.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think it's just, we can't just always have just eBay, right? There needs to be somewhere where you look at comps and you think, oh, hang on a second. eBay is listing this for 60 quid. COMC is listing this for, if you work out the difference how much it actually costs, it's actually 20 quid less. Why would I pay an extra 20 quid? It doesn't make sense.
So I've just done it in a comparison. I've just done a COMC order yesterday. So I've just released like 3 months worth of cards, which have all that AEW stuff in it. I bought all those bases, like 300 odd cards in there. I've done it on the really cheap shipping, which is like just under $10, like £9.60.
Oh, I do that as well. I've never paid. I always pay. There's nothing that I want that quick from them.
Yeah.
No, if you're not in any rush, and that'll be here end of August. Yeah. So you think, well, you know what? I will be getting them. It's cheaper than buying it on eBay, and that for me, getting it cheaper is better than paying $80 for the base set on eBay. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So, I think if people haven't checked out COMC, do go and have a look at it. And again, if you're a singles collector and for your PCs you like individual people, go and have a look, because you will tend to find lots of parallels for people on as well, won't you, really? It's always quite a good resource.
It's the one thing I haven't really done yet, and that's like really deep dive into it. Like I've only kind of used it as like a comparison site, and specifically if I'm looking for a certain card, I'd say. I haven't really spent an evening of just going, oh, what about this and what about that? And I'm looking forward to that, to be honest, because, maybe my bank account's not looking forward to it, but I think it's great. Honestly, I think it's something definitely that is needed, 100%.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to reach out to me for help on COMC, I'll gladly walk at anything you guys if you want to have more info on COMC.
It's just trying to work out what the customs charge would be if you did it like every time, like trying to figure out, because there's no calculation for it. It's just like, and
there is on their own stuff, so their own inventory does. It's only the stuff that you get from EPack that doesn't have a value.
Yeah, that's the problem. You see what I mean? It's just like if you buy EPacks, any kind of EPacks, there's no valuation. Like even one of the 101s, right, which we all know are generally thousands of pounds, right, or dollars. Would you really put like a valuation of like, I don't know, 10,000 on it? You know what I mean? Like I just no idea. No.
This I guess that's another thing. You'd then send it to your American mailbox.
Exactly.
So the other thing we didn't notice about COMC actually as well, they penny sleeve everything as standard. And you can then pay to have things top loaded as well. So they'll top load everything for you. Now it's a bit more expensive. It's about 30 cents a top loader they charge. But again, if you picked up a couple of relics and stuff, or like thicker cards, and there's no point in you buying a pack of 25, 55 point sleeves or even bigger ones. Like you can get them for 35 cents and they'll top load what you want for you as well. So again, it's a a little extra touch that
I
eBay
got
don't.
Everything top loaded just because it was on offer.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, go for it.
I got 122 cars top loaded.
What's it? That saves me so much. I'd do the same thing. I'd top load the whole lot. Yeah. You might as well do it.
It took me ages to get the little thingies out, the little the receipt.
That's the only downside. So they receipt everything to prove that what you bought is the card they've given you. So they give you like a photocopy of it, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's quite good. Also, you can look at the front and backs on COMC as well, can't you? Which is quite a nice touch. You can check all the edges and zoom in and all that.
It's really cool.
Overall, good resource. Yeah, but one to look out for the future, I think.
Yeah.
So well, I think we're nearly there for this week. Do you think, guys? Is there anything else that we've missed out or want to touch on? I think we've gone through everything this week so far. Just closing out, really.
Yeah, closing topics, I think.
So, right, next week then, next episode, top 5. Where do you want to go with top 5 next week? Do you want to make it a bit easier, a bit harder? How do you want to play it?
I think you should pick Jamie this week, and I'll pick the week. I'll pick the next. You pick last week. Jamie pick this time, and then I'll pick the next time. Okay.
Well, I've today in my lunch break, because I am a sado, top loaded all my SmackDown Chrome cards.
I love it.
So, do you want to do top 5 Chrome, but not just this one, but your top 5 images from any Chrome set over the years, or top 5 Chrome sets? Do you want to do it that way?
Yeah.
Or top 5 finishes? Just something something Chrome based. Top 5 Chrome based cards. Let's do that.
I think so. Sounds good. I think that'd be great. Yeah.
And that can be anything then. That can be autos, relics, or just your favourite image, or ones to hold on, really.
Yeah. Cool.
Right. So, anyone listening to this now then wants to head over to our Facebook page again. Like we have this week, we'll have threads throughout the next couple of weeks. put your favourite Chrome cards in there, and we'll pick them out if we like them, or if we've included in our list, we'll all give you a mention, and it just makes the Facebook feed look nice and pretty as well with all these lovely cards that people have got already. So, so that's next week's top 5. Something we didn't mention actually in our purchases, and we're going to touch on as well. We're going to have a guest hopefully on the episode next time round. People may have seen him online. It's a guy called Sam, and runs Icon Trading Cards, and he's been doing sort of his own selling his own PC and collecting on Instagram and putting some pictures up over the last little while. But he's actually started his own autograph line. He launched with a West Ham player. I couldn't catch
Julian Dix. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
JV, I love it. You have no idea football.
Wrestling cards. Yeah. So that was his first one. Obviously, they've been gone and sold out, I think. And the second one, he actually done a Brit wrestling icon in Johnny Storm. We've picked up a couple of them for our own PC, being sort of wrestling fans. But we're going to have Sam from Icon Trading Cards to come on about why he started doing these, how he's got his collection as well, because he's got some cool nice cards in his collection. Yeah, so chat about that with him, and also what he's planning on doing with the auto line in the future, really. Obviously, he's numbered them 1 and 2 on the back. So, I assume a bit of a series. But, yeah, we'll be catching up with him when he's available next time round. So we'll be catching him on the next episode.
And I also picked up a spare card as well off of that.
Oh,
so one lucky listener we will host a competition in the near future, probably after the next episode, and we'll set up a little competition, and one lucky listener will get that, I think.
And I would if anyone is a fan of sort of like auto cards and indie cards, do go and check it out, because the Johnny Storm is numbered to 50. He's been around a long time. I think I first saw him in the early 2000s. He's had iconic matches. He was in TNA in the early days as well, weren't he?
He's a stalwart of UK wrestling throughout the 2000s, I'd say. Really, like if you look on his bio of like with the matches he's done, he's gone all over the place. He's honestly absolutely legend, British legend.
And they're all hand numbered. So Johnny's signed the front, and he's actually the one numbering them on the back. So mine was 35 of 50. So I don't know what yours were, Dave and Chris, but yeah, there's not many left ultimately. So yeah, if you're hearing this tomorrow, Friday, do go and have a quick look. I know Sam's not going to be about next week, and he's going to be shutting the shop for a few days. So yeah, don't hang around. Grab those if you can, but we'll be chatting to him about those.
Cool.
And I think that's pretty much it, really. Since we done our first episode, we are now on every podcast platform available. So we started initially just on Spotify. We've now been granted access to everywhere, really. They've authorised us to now be on Google Podcasts. TuneIn have authorised us. Apple have as well. Any podcast app, we're now available on there. So if you've got the app, just like and subscribe in. If you don't listen to on that platform, it all helps us.
Yeah.
It's really great. Thank you to everyone for the support for the first episode. We're blown away by the numbers of streams and downloads. So thank you for that. And yeah, if you're on Facebook, find our Facebook page on there. We are thinking maybe of doing other social media, but we haven't decided how we're going to do that quite yet.
Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. Under construction. Workmen. Yeah.
That's it for me. Anything else from you guys before we finish out for the evening?
I'll just quickly say, as Jamie said, thanks for all the support. And if you do want to get in contact with us, there's a Facebook page. There's my Instagram. Like, I had a few messages this week. So yeah, we're always available to chat. And yeah, hit us up if you need anything.
So yeah, and again, if you want to hit us up, you can find me on Twitter. So I do a lot of wrestling card stuff on Twitter. So I'm at Jamie Stocker on Twitter. The Squared Circle Relics Facebook page.
I'm on Chris, Instagram Dave, at Cambridge Trading Cards. So yeah, feel free to drop me a message there as well.
I had to look this up because I can never bloody remember it. I'm on Instagram at D_LoidyBoy. Thank you very much. Come say hello, hang out, buy a beer. I won't, but it'll be a theoretical beer around the cooler.
And and I'll let you guys know when my Pog Maker comes, and I think that's going to round us up for this episode. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
And we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers all. Thank you. Bye bye.